I now want to introduce the leader of our church in Central Kentucky and someone who has been a great mentor to me, a great advisor. He's the vice chair of our board, but more importantly, he's been a very, very good friend to me and has inspired me in this role for the last 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Most Reverend Joseph E. Kurtz.
Well, thank you, everybody. Listen, this is our Catholic March Madness. And guess who should be also honored mightily because of his single most driven approach. Let's thank Rich Lecklider. So I got to tell you how proud I am of the teachers that I had. Think for a moment, especially those of you who had the privilege of going to Catholic school. I don't know if all of the teachers I had would admit that I was one of their students. But I had a wonderful teacher by the name of Sister Mary Dennis, and she died this year. She was actually my 8th grade teacher and the principal of the grade school. We had a very small school where I came from. There was a study done by CARA, which is the Center for Applied Research in the Apostolate, looking at the way in which college students who go to a Catholic college benefit by being drawn to become priests. And indeed, it was a very successful review. But one of the unintended findings was the effect that it seemed each successful student had a very important teacher who influenced them mightily. And so the first thing I'd like to say tonight is to those of you who have served in a sacrificial way as teachers in our Catholic schools over this many years, I want to thank you for that commitment that you've given. You know, it was St. Paul the Sixth who said that if you want to be a good teacher, you have to be a witness. And so the great teachers are the very ones who witness in a Catholic school to the deep reality of God and to the possibility of what we would call a life well lived. So teachers, thank you. You know, the second thing I want to mention, Rich, you have said so often the answer is yes. And I've tried to complement that by saying, let's give a child a chance. Catholic school conveys faith and character. Jesus Christ forms through teachers our young people in virtue so that they can become good citizens of heaven and of earth. And you know what? So many people say in business, thank you, because the graduates are not only becoming good citizens of heaven, but they're good citizens of earth and good employees and employers. So thank you to all of you who have become so influential. I want to say also to you that we cannot allow Catholic schools to be an option only for the affluent, only for those people who have sufficient income. When I went to Catholic high school, I paid $5 a month to ride the bus, and my parents paid $5 a month for tuition. You're going to say, Archbishop, that's prehistoric. Tuition is very, very different, and so we need every one of you and your support so that the Catholic schools become reachable for people regardless of their income. And I want to thank you for your willingness to be that support. Now, I want to talk to you finally about someone who is a great fan of Catholic school. This is my good friend, Bishop John Mark Spaulding. Now, I did use the name John. Bishop Spaulding was born on January 13th, 1965, the son of Aileen and Joseph Lawrence Spaulding from Washington County, Kentucky. He was born into a wonderful family and into a church community, and he was later ordained as a priest on August 3rd, 1991. On February 3rd, 2018, I figured it out, as of yesterday, for 1.15 years, a little over a year, he has been ordained as a bishop and as the 12th bishop of the Diocese of Nashville to our south. Bishop Spaulding, as many of you know, brings a pastoral heart. He brings academic acumen, training in canon law, and let me add, a real love of Catholic schools, shown most recently as pastor of Holy Trinity. And so I want to ask you to join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Bishop Mark Spaulding. Mark, thank you.